To your IQ. To your IV. Lonely. I'm lonely. Should I have done it backwards? Yeah. Maybe I should do it backwards. To show the Anthony. I'm just not trying to show my joints on camera, gosh dang it. I should turn it around. What's good with you? What's up, Gene? Just turning the jersey around so y'all can see the Anthony, gosh dang it. Just trying not to expose the biddies. I'm not trying to have a Janet Jackson on camera. Edwards, what's good with you? Apex, what's good with you? Oh, this joint's like really tight. It's like choking the jive out of me. Oh, it's crazy tight, gosh dang it. There we go. Eric was popping with you. Sal was popping with you, gosh dang it. Simply Awesome was good with you, gosh dang it. Indeed, I do got the jersey on. It's very tight, so it feels weird wearing it backwards unlike the other jerseys, but that's neither here nor there. Peter was good with you. DJ was good with you, gosh dang it. Ace was good with you. Jefferson was good with you, gosh dang it. Taj Gibson diss track coming soon, by the way. I just got to pick the right instrumentals. I'm thinking Creep by Radiohead, but that's neither here nor there. Eric, are you ghostwriting my bars? Are you ghostwriting my bars? I don't know what's happening. Fad, what's popping with you? Gosh dang it. Invalid. I always try to keep the energy, gosh dang it. I lost my little thing. And y'all ain't getting me with no more of this like goal stuff. I'm not doing it anymore because y'all will mess around and do it. So I'm not going to do it with y'all, gosh dang it. OB was good with you. Mod was popping with you. David was good with you. Invalid. I feel like I already said was good with you, but just in case was good with you. Caleb was good with you, bro. Was popping with you. Giving y'all a second to get on the live stream and such before we discuss all the things that we're going to talk about, because it is going to be an extension of our last live stream, but it's more solid evidence of what's being talked about and such. One shot sniper was popping with you. Gosh dang it. Eric, I really feel like you ghostwriting from me, but that's neither here nor there. Ace, it was a very good game, very entertaining, very competitive. We just came up short, but you actually missed a great game. I'm really sorry you missed it. It was really, really good. Scott was good with you. Gosh dang it. Nah, not yet, Maud. I gotta give people a chance to get on the live stream. The game was at a really weird time. It's not even 7 o'clock yet, so I'm just trying to give everyone a chance to get on the live stream. And y'all know how I do. At about the 4-minute mark, I make it do what it do. Gosh dang it. While we're waiting for people to get on the live stream and such, I need 2 things from y'all. Number 1, I need 10 likes. If I can get that, I really appreciate it. Number 2, I just got to just throw something randomly out there. And again, I might be messing up a bag. B, what's good with you? I might be messing up a bag by saying this, but how do y'all feel about Los Angeles? I've never been, but there is absolutely nothing in me that wants to go. When we play other teams like, say, like Utah or like the Suns or something like that, like geographically, the environment seems really interesting, and I kind of want to see what's good over there. There is nothing about Los Angeles that makes me say, I want to go there. And that's no shot at LA. I mean, I'm sure California is nice. It's a pretty big state. But Los Angeles specifically, I don't get the vibe of the city. Like, I'm not like super into Pac like that. I got a couple songs by him, but I don't know. There's just nothing about LA that makes me say, yo, I got to see what's good with that. I don't know what it is. I don't know. How many road games have I been to? This year, I haven't been to any games, but that's not here nor there. A homie Day is here. Was popping with you. Okay, it's about the 4-minute mark. Whoever comes on later, just Michael B's like that. Let's go ahead and get into this foolishness right now, okay? We're going to start with Big Fan was popping with you. Let's just go ahead and start with the easy button.
That was easy.
Because this might be one of the easiest live streams I've ever done, because as far as proving points, I feel like it's been established and it's been put out there. Gosh dang it. Let's just go ahead and say it. What chemistry are we building? Time was popping with you. But what chemistry are we building? Because that's all I seem to hear. That's all I seem to hear when Marcus Morris has big scoring outputs and all that stuff. When Bobby Portis is hitting the threes and stuff like that. All I hear is the Knicks are getting better with their chemistry. And I have to ask the question of what chemistry is being built. When Sandra Bullock is out there in that Derrick Rose jersey, because it's not his jersey, he's wearing a Derrick Rose jersey. When Sandra Bullock is out there hoisting up bricks, gosh dang, and again, I love that man's hair, so I'm trying not to go too aggressively, gosh dang it. But, people keep pointing to the chemistry is getting better. And I have to ask, what chemistry are you referring to? Fit, what's popping with you? What chemistry are we referring to? Are we talking about the chemistry of players that will not be with our team next year? Are we talking about the chemistry of people who might get moved in the next month? What chemistry are we referring to? How is it that we have another game that Dotson and Trier don't touch the court? I mean, at least Ellington didn't go out there. I don't understand what's going on. Let them kids play. Nobody thought we were going to win this game. And yes, it was competitive. Yeah, they had a good first quarter, and it was looking real cute. But, y'all, we got to really get into it. And this is where Sever the Bond is going to keep the exact same energy. I'm going to keep the exact same energy for you. When I made the video about a month ago saying that we shouldn't trade Marcus Morris, it was with the mentality of maybe, just maybe, we could find a way to get him to stay. My mentality is, if we're going to go out there and we're going to, Reggie was good with you, Ronald was good with you, Moment was good with you, Money was good with you. If we're going to go out there and get some kind of quote-unquote star that's going to fill up the basket and drop 30 plus constantly, right? It is with the mentality of they're going to stay and it's going to help us in the long run. Peter Dark Matter was good with you. Things that will help us in the long run. And even though I've been aware of Morris's contract this entire time, I was listening to reports telling me, gosh dang it, and now it's mad public. Again, y'all laugh me out the building, but now the reports are more public. Y'all be doubting my sources, gosh dang it. I've been trying to tell y'all Marcus Morris don't want to go nowhere. So when the rumors first started, I'm like, but he don't even want to leave. Again, I'm not going to out nobody. Let me know that info, gosh dang. But now that we see that as common knowledge, and now everybody talking about it, oh, Marcus Morris don't want to go nowhere. Oh, I thought SeverTheBond was crazy, but apparently I was right. I had the mentality of, well, he going to stay. This was the first game where I started to notice his presence is detrimental to our team. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's talk about the technical fouls. I'm going to start with Mr. Julius Randle. I know I should keep on Morris just to hammer home my point, but we'll get back to Morris in a second. Julius Randle, an individual who, fair enough, gosh dang it, he's not one of the kids, but I feel like he deserves the minutes he's getting, not just because of his play, but because, we signed that man, to do the things he's doing. When you tell another NBA player, I'm going to bust your blank so hard back to your hometown, I'm going to bust your butt, pause, so hard, hey, okay, what's good with you, back to your hometown, in front of a referee, you get called for the tech and then sit there and complain about it. That's a terroristic threat, bro. You can't threaten someone's life in front of a referee. You got Marcus Morris out there antagonizing Patrick Beverley, which I'm not going to sit here and defend Patrick Beverley's shenanigans because he was doing some nasty stuff that the refs weren't even looking at, gosh dang it. And I see y'all in the comments talking about the tampering and all that. I see the stuff he's doing. If you are retaliating against Montrezl Harrell, who was bodying poor Mitchell Robinson. If you feel like he's being a little too tough in the post, that is an instance where you can kind of fight back a little bit or talk your trash. But if Patrick Beverley is trying to get position for a rebound at the free throw line, shoving that man into the Bermuda Triangle when you're a foot taller than him is not smart. That's not smart. That's toxic. So when we see Mitchell Robinson complaining to the referees, where do you think he's getting it from? When you got Taj Gibson, who for some reason at age 55 doesn't know how to set a proper screen, he gets called for a moving screen every single game and has the audacity to complain to the refs. And you're Mitchell Robinson's mentor? How are we then surprised when the kids are arguing at the refs? Because these bums are setting the examples. Reggie Bullock, how can you be gone for a year and come back and talk trash to officials? Hit a freaking shot! How about that? And speaking of hitting shots, how do these veterans not know how to hit foul shots? But back to the point. With all the shenanigans going on with the technical fouls and the complaining and the yelling and all that foolishness, when you got Julius Randle telling Frank Ntilikina, no, I'll take the foul shot, what kind of crap is that? This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. When I say when you become detrimental to the team, how you going to tell Frank Ntilikina you're going to take the foul shot when you couldn't hit a basket with a hammer? Did y'all see him tell Frankie, yo, I got this? Are you kidding me? But with all the shenanigans going on, you want to know what got overshadowed? RJ Barrett had a really good game tonight. No one's going to remember it. No one's going to care about it because we got these bums out here hogging the spotlight and doing the absolute most. Bobby Portis hits a three. What does this man do? Comes right on down the court. He's beating his chest and cursing out the bench. How does that help us? And especially when we're talking about people who aren't even going to be here next year. Again, specifically with a Marcus Morris, I thought maybe we could persuade him to stay, but I'm at the point where I don't feel like we need him. Shout out to everything and he's doing, but we need to get to a point where we can get that kind of output spread across the line from an RJ Barrett consistently, from Frank Ntilikina consistently, from a Kevin Knox who's not getting an opportunity, who is quietly getting better every single game, but sometimes plays like 5 minutes. Yes, it's nice that Marcus Morris can get a bucket whenever he wants. That's great for the rest of this year. That's great. Awesome sauce. That's great that, Julius Randle, when he wants to, can hit a shot and pass the ball and all that. That's great. And yeah, it was a close game. Yeah, if they hit their foul shots, they would have won. But again, what chemistry are you building? The chemistry of veterans who won't be here in a year to 2 years? We need to get output like we saw from all the veterans who collectively almost fouled out together. We need to get that kind of output from a Kevin Knox and an Iggy. Let's not forget what we're trying to do, especially if we're just going to lose anyway. Wouldn't y'all have felt better if we lost by 3 with the kids out there? Again, I'm asking, what chemistry are we building? That's cute that Sandra Bullock is getting back into his shenanigans, playing D and the hustle and all that. That's cute. That's great. Good for him. I wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. But what about Dotson? Have we just forgotten he exists? The only reason why we saw Kadeem Allen is because Dennis Smith Jr. is a lost cause at this point. And Elfrid Payton had a kid. And don't get me started on where the jive is Trier. Don't get me started on that. And even though I get, even though I understand that you gave Julius Randle all this money, so you got to give him the opportunity to earn that money. Peter Hush. I get that. I understand that. So you got to give him the minutes because we gave him all that money. But in the interest of trying to get our team off the ground, again, I can name at every single position where someone else should be getting the minutes. Shout out to Frank Ntilikina for having a good game, by the way. I need to say that. Good for him coming through, gosh dang it. Not afraid of Patrick Beverley and the clamps, gosh dang it. Good for him. Frank Ntilikina at point. There we go. Awesome sauce. Even though when Elfrid comes back, I want him back on the bench, but that's not here or there because I don't like Frank Ntilikina, but that's not here or there. But shout out to Frankie at point. Pick one, Trier or Dotson. I don't care. Should be Trier, but, fine. If you want to do Dot, okay. Pick one. Stick with it. Kevin Knox at this point should be the 3. We've established this. This is established. This is not some random stuff I'm pulling out of my booty pipe. We all agreed on this in the last live stream. But this is where people tend to find the stoppage. This is where people start to run out of steam when you get over to the 4. Well, if it's not Julius Randle, then who should it be? Kenny Wooten. Y'all forget to boot him? I didn't. I haven't forgotten to boot him. Call him up. Call him up. Man's killing it in the G League right now. Call that man up. At least have him be first off the bench. If you don't want to start him, fair enough, gosh dang it. But again, in games where we're just going to, again, nobody thought we were going to beat the Clippers. I don't care how competitive it was. Nobody thought we were going to win this game. Perfect opportunity to give them kids a chance, gosh dang it, and build with some stuff we're going to have for the foreseeable future. Instead of wasting time and letting people leave. Obviously, the homie Mitchell Robinson at center is way better than whatever the jive Taj Gibson is going to give us. Taj Gibson scored for the first time in a month tonight. Good job, buddy. Again, for people who are going to point towards, say, the free throw shooting or say the fact that we were so close and we were in the game and stuff, you gotta. I reference back to our last live stream. I reference right back to our last live stream of asking, what are we doing? And last time I checked, we all collectively came to the consensus that them kids need to go ahead and get out there. Us trying to be competitive with people who aren't even going to be with us next year is pointless in a season where we've only won 10 games. It's about to be Valentine's Day, and we've only won 10 games. What are they doing? I don't care if Reggie Bullock is getting better. I don't care. You cannot have a game where Trier and Dotson don't play. And shout out to Bobby Portis and everything. Like that's great. That's awesome. But I feel like that's the type of role some of these veterans should be having. Off the bench, do your thing. It was making me physically nauseous to watch Julius Randle and Marcus Morris out there getting into scuffles and kerfuffles while the kids sat on the bench and watched. That's not going to help us. It's just not going to help us. That's my thoughts on all that. I'll talk to y'all for the rest of the live stream in the comments. I just really wish they would just let those kids play. Again, especially in games that we know we're going to lose anyway. Like, we're probably going to lose to the Lakers. No one's going to be surprised if we lose to the Lakers. Like, come on now. You feel me? Come on now. Let them kids play. Kawhi didn't play for a reason. He said, nah, y'all got this. Let them kids play. Let me talk to y'all, gosh dang it. The homie D is saying Lamar Peters is getting a call soon. The homie One Shot says, can I get a foolishness alarm for the fact that the Knicks have no reasons to be benching Alonzo Trier like this? Absolutely. Little foolishness alarm for you, gosh dang it. What else y'all saying in here? The homie Invalid says, I keep forgetting to change. Yeah, Christmas been over, bro. Time to get with it, gosh dang it. James is saying our upcoming schedule is cray. Yeah, it's not looking good. Again, a great opportunity to let them kids play, because again, I would feel much better. Like, if we beat the Clippers tonight, that's great. But what are we building towards, right? Wouldn't you feel better if through coaching, right, our kids were able to beat the Clippers instead of veterans that aren't going to be on the team next year? Wouldn't that be a better feeling? Again, if we were competing for a playoff spot, then okay, cool. They're getting better. They were close. They were hanging with a top tier team. But I don't agree with their building chemistry, because who cares? Who cares about Marcus Morris? Who cares about Bobby Portis? Who cares about Taj Gibson? Who cares about Reggie Bullock? Who cares about Wayne Ellington? No offense, but I don't care. That's why you don't see me on here freaking out about, oh, Elfrid Payton wasn't playing, and you could see that they couldn't get into their offensive sets, and blah, 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 blah. He's a vet. Frankie got to start. Awesome. That's great. Go take care of your kid, bro. Do what you do. Shout out to Elfrid Payton, gosh dang it. But Frankie got to start. So I was happy about that, because that's what's important at this point. That's what's important now. Y'all have to understand, gosh dang it. That's what's important right now. And y'all know I love Elfrid Payton, but I was happy to see Frank was going to start. I'm happy Dennis Smith Jr. was still sitting down, so Frankie and Kadeem Allen could have plenty of minutes, gosh dang it, because that's what's important right now. And don't get that confused for tanking either. This is player development. Acquisition and all that, I feel like that's done. This is player development time, not tanking. That's two different things. You still need to try to win games, but do it with people who matter, like a Kevin Knox, like an Alonzo Trier, like a Damian Dotson, like an Iggy. Ooh, I missed the table. Like an Ignas Brezingez. I think I said his name right. Gosh dang it. That's what's important right now. Those are the type of wins I want to see. Not just go out there and lose, but try to win with the kids. That's what's important. That's how you build a young squad. That's what every other team does. I don't know I should be looking at the comments. I apologize. I'm really off topic today. I'm so sorry I'm missing y'all's comments, but it's starting to frustrate me, because you see these stat lines from other teams, right? Like the Grizzlies, like the Hawks, all these young teams that have a certain player that's just out there giving people the sauce, right? And it's awesome, and it's great, and the team sucks, but at least they're doing well. You look at the Pelicans, right? They are absolute garbage, but ain't Lonzo Ball coming off, gosh dang it? Aren't they doing some nice things down there? They got the little building pieces, gosh dang it. No one ever talks trash about the Kings because their kids are going off. They got Buddy Hield. They got De'Aaron Fox. They got that white dude that shoots the lights out, whose name I can't remember, gosh dang it. I'm going to call him Jeremy because that sounds like a Caucasian that can shoot threes, gosh dang it. You got dudes like that. That's what we should be doing. I mean, look at the Pacers. They lose Paul George. They get dude who sings R&B, Oladipo, yeah, right. The kid needs a chance, goes off. Everyone else on there starts coming through. Nobody wants to talk about it. I know no one wants to talk about it. Y'all ain't ready to have that conversation. But y'all know that's what Milwaukee did, right? Draft some dudes, give them a chance, suck for a while, dudes get better. Then you surround them with vets who should be coming off the bench. Like, say, a George Hill or something like that. Say, a Robin Lopez, you feel me? Brook on occasion, all depending on the lineup. Sorry, I just feel like we're going. We've got a golden opportunity and we're doing it wrong. We're gonna mess around and lose someone like a Trier, and it's really gonna be disappointing. It's really, really gonna be disappointing when something like that happens. We're gonna lose people like that, and we're gonna be so freaking sorry. And we're gonna watch more former players go out there and be in successful systems, and we gotta sit there and be like, "Well, dang, what happened?" Sorry. I'm just very frustrated right now, but that's not even there. Invalid. I don't even know what that means. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you guys. Dang it. The homie James is saying Randall didn't have a terrible game. It's not good. It was not good either, but nobody was saying that when he had 3 straight 30-point games. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how to address that. Like, you said it in your own comment. He didn't have a terrible game, but it wasn't good. But nobody was saying that about him when he had 3 straight 30-point games. That's because he didn't have a good game, but it wasn't a terrible game. So if he had another 30-point game, we wouldn't have said this because he didn't have a good game or a bad game. It was just, A 30-point game wouldn't be considered, There you go. The homie one shot is saying it took Giannis 6 years. Yeah, but they gave him ample opportunity. They gave that man ample opportunities to go out there and play and develop into something. Can y'all imagine what Trier would be like at this point if he was getting consistent minutes? Or minutes, period. I don't know why I threw consistent on there because he doesn't play. Can you imagine what Trier would be at this point? You got to let him play. The homie Ace says, I think the Knicks should let Taj Gibson be on the coaching staff for locker room culture, bring up Wooten from the G League, and develop Knox and Kadeem and RJ and Trier and Iggy and Frank and Dennisman Jr. Agree. Gosh dang it. My bad, Mod. I was like in the zone. But that's not here nor there. Homie Jefferson is saying, I'm telling Mike Miller is trying to win games at the expense of the young cats. Yeah, and it's a crying shame. It really is a crying shame. But I don't want to go too hard at Mike Miller because I feel like as a coach, he's doing a good job. I don't feel like it's a coaching issue at this point anymore. Well, even though he's in charge of the lineup, so I guess I do kind of have to point the finger at Mike Miller. He's coaching fine. It's just, you got to let them kids play. But that's not here nor there. I don't know. How old is Marcus Morris? He's like 30 something, I think. I'm not really sure. Is there a block button on here? There we go. That helps me out quite a bit because like I'm in here like trying to like duck and weave. I'm too dyslexic for that, but that's not here nor there. The homie One Shot says Trier and Knox will be great one day. I hate to see the Knicks mess them up like this. Yeah, and it's a crying shame. Gosh dang it. The homie James said he was boosting his trade value. Who is the who? Are we talking about Julius Randle? I don't know. Homie Hawkins is saying Trier is a bum. I don't agree with that. You know, I don't know how you can have any judgment on him when the man hasn't played, but that's not here nor there. Homie Reggie says the only logical explanation is that they still want to build up vet value and trade them. If that's not what's happening, I don't get it. I sure hope that's what's happening. Again, I don't know if we can trust the Knicks, but I hope that's what they're doing. I feel like you're wasting time, but you know, if that's what they're doing, sure. And again, trade for what? Like if it's a Karl Anthony Towns, cool. But if it's like some volume shooter, like I don't know how that's gonna help us because major minutes like that have to go to these kids. So it's like, who are you gonna end up getting? I know the idea of getting a Karl Anthony Towns sounded dope, but is that helping out the kids? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but we'll cross that bridge at some point. Gosh dang it. The homie 929 says when Mook is traded, Knox will be moved up. Don't know what's happening with Trier. I sure hope that's the case. I sure hope that's the case. The homie Ankle Bully, that's a cool channel name, is saying, I'm going to say it once and I'll say it again. Lamar Peters is killing it. He is a true point guard with a jumper and great passing IQ. Join the party, gosh dang it. Call that man up, sure. The homie Mark says, I think they are showcasing these rental players. Again, I just showcasing them for what? Like what are we going to? I don't know. Like showcasing them for what? Like the season's done. I don't see what. I don't know. The homie Fit says a 3-point loss ain't all that bad. At least it wasn't. See, and if if it was a 3-point loss from the kids, then that's dope because we're building on something. A 3-point loss with players who aren't going to be with us next year is just wasted time. I don't see that as a win-win. Not at all. I don't see the morale victory there because you're building team chemistry with people who aren't going to be with us next year. So what's the point of that? It's not the loss. It's not the loss. It's how we're losing. If the kids were out there, think about it. If Trier's like balling, right? Kevin Knox is like magically playing defense. His motor's fixed. Mitchell Robinson blocking everybody on earth. Kenny Wooten's joining in with the reindeer games. Frank Ntilikina's breaking ankles or something like that, right? Iggy spraying it from outside. If that team loses by 3 points to the Clippers, that's a morale victory. We can take that on the chin and say, yeah, but look at us. When it's veterans who won't even be with us next year and might not even be with us tomorrow or the next day, that's not a 3-point loss I'm looking forward to. I mean, obviously it's better than getting blown out and it was an entertaining game, but I don't know. I don't know. The homie Gene is saying, point is we are showcasing this. It never, I don't understand what that means, but that's not here there. The homie Official Gaming is saying, to be fair, we got real lucky that Kawhi wasn't playing. Thank God for load management. Yeah. Homie James is saying, imagine how Frank would be. I'm excited for it. And, you know, hey, if Mans is going to, if Alfred is going to be home with his kid, then that's more opportunities for that man. But that's neither here nor there. The homie Gene is saying we will see kids after February 13th. I hope so. I sure hope so. But that's not here nor there. Hey, Peter, I appreciate that. Gosh dang it. I really do appreciate that. Because kid is still broke, but I appreciate it. The homie, what y'all arguing about involving Julius Randle? I feel like I'm missing some shenanigans on that. The homie Reggie says it's not Miller's fault that he wants to show his skills to build up the trade value. I don't know if I can put that on management because management isn't in charge of who plays and who doesn't. I don't know. But that's just me. The homie Marcus is saying trade Randall. He's hurting the team. I don't know about trading him, but he was hurting the team tonight. But I mean, he's been playing decent as of recent. But I don't know if I want him specifically gone. My issue is with people like Marcus Morris and Taj Gibson and Bobby Portis and stuff like that, especially Reggie Bullock at this point. And I was really afraid. And Matt the Knicks fan and I were like joking about this at an earlier date, but I was really like saying jokingly, like, watch that man come back and we never see Dotson again. I didn't think it would happen, so I'm highly upset about that. But that's not here nor there. Homie Big Fam says it's a coaching issue. Fizz broke Trier. Miller has a chance to fix him, but he's just not letting him play. His confidence is not a problem. I agree. Confidence is not an issue that Trier is ever going to have, but that's not here nor there. Ankle Bully says, putting more up for Mr. Lamar Peters. The homie Heedy? Welcome back to the live stream, is saying we always have players in the mindset of proving themselves to the city or developing, which leads to forced and stagnant offense. We need someone with confidence and has a killer mentality. You know, we have someone like that. His name is Alonzo Trier. He just doesn't get to play, but that's not here nor there. The homie Sammy's here says, what's good, Sever? Free throws, oh my God, they need to hit them. They need to work on that. I agree. I still kind of sit with the whole mentality of it's about who is out there. Free throws are obviously important. They need to hit those shots, and it's disgusting that they're not, and we might have won the game had we have hit foul shots. But again, it's about what chemistry is being built. If we're talking about veterans who aren't going to be with us, it doesn't really matter. And that was kind of part of the issue that I was having during our winning streak, because yes, we were winning, but the kids were continuing to sit on the bench. So it's like, I don't know. Homie Science Experiment says, I'm here, Sever. Don't think I'll miss a single live stream. I appreciate it. What's good with you guys? Dang it. The homie 929 says the only guy with trade value is Marcus. Anyone except for a second round fodder. I like that word.
That was easy.
I need to use it more often, but that's not here nor there. Homie Reggie says more trade picks, obviously. We may have enough to get someone good and not give away any young players. I mean, if it's a young person who's going to help us out, then sure. But I don't want another vet that can score, because we already have that. And again, that's something else that was spoken upon in my Marcus Morris video. The idea of trying to get a veteran who can score. We already have that in him. We're seeing that it's not working. So our mentality last offseason can't be the same mentality going into this next offseason, unless it's someone young. Someone like a Blake Griffin, you're going to see the exact same issues. Someone like, not that he's available, but say like a Paul George or something like that, or a Kawhi, you're going to see the same type of issue. Same thing with a Jimmy Butler. You're going to see the same type of issue. If it's not someone young who's going to come and gel with the other younglings, Michael B is like that. And again, we're talking so much about Julius Randle and them that we're forgetting about the kids that are getting a chance to play that are doing well. Mitchell Robinson, even though he got bodied by Montrezl Harrell, still had a decent game. And RJ Barrett had an amazing game, but we're not talking about that because we're so focused on dudes who aren't even going to be a part of the team. Stuff like that. The homie Big Fam says, yo, famo. I have not been called that yet. That's new. How do I donate to your channel since you're having a child? You know, you got so many jokes. Gosh, take it.
That was easy.
Y'all got them Alfred Payton jokes, but that's not here nor there. The homie Watson says, Jesus Christ, y'all are wilding tonight, but that's not here nor there. The homie Carey says, trade Morris and Frank to the Kings for Dwayne Dedmon. Isn't he like 32? I don't know how I feel about that, but that's not here nor there. The homie One Shot says, Towns wants to go to Golden State. Why? And the homie David says, hack a Nick because we cannot hit foul shots. Yeah, and it's a crying shame. But that's not here nor there. Like, comment, subscribe, H3T. You see another Triple OG putting in as much work as me. Do me a favor, point him out. Before I get off of this live stream, I just want to say one more time to the players that matter. To the players that matter. Shout out to Franny Lakina for having a good game. Shout out to the homie Kadeem Allen for having a decent game. Not a good game, but a decent game. Shout out to the homie Kevin Knox for the 5 minutes of goodness, I guess. I think I said shout out to Frank. I think that's all the kids that got to play. And obviously RJ, but outside of that, I think that's all the kids that played, but that's not here nor there. Okay, Carrie, see, now you cooking. Now you're cooking, gosh dang it. Norland's Noel. Now, see, I take that. I take Norland's Noel. Bet. And Valid, I appreciate the Penguins, gosh dang it. Reggie, I see you later. Bruce, I see you later. David, I see you later. Everybody, I see you later, gosh dang it. And I don't know when our next game is, but it's a back-to-back. I think it's what, Tuesday and Wednesday, I think. So I'll see you then, gosh dang it. Raw Train was litty. Raw Train was good. And I'll see y'all later. Hey, Harris, what's good with you? What's popping with you, gosh dang it? The Towel Boys had a good game. Yes. Shout out to the Towel Dudes, gosh dang it. Peter, I see you later. David, I see you later. Agaga. I'm going to go try and enjoy the rest of my afternoon because we actually have some time, gosh dang it. See you later, Big Fam. See you later, Bruce. See y'all later. Agaga. Hey, agaga. Hey.